Good afternoon. Welcome to Options Tender. Yesterday, we talked about SPY. We talked about the topping pattern. And I don't just mean a topping pattern here. I mean, that's included as well, but it's more of the topping pattern that this entire move has set out to complete. And I do believe that's a major top. We'll go through some more of the higher time frames coming up on Friday, and on the weekend, we'll revisit the top-down view of what I think is happening. In this video, we're going to check out SPY, QQQ, IWM, DIA on the daily time frame, and then on the 65. We'll also check out VIX, and this will sort of be a follow-up on yesterday's video. This pattern we identified as a expanding flat. Expanding ending diagonal, where each wave starts to increase in momentum and size, and that's a topping pattern. Okay, so with that said, our current high with the channel and the turquoise here is holding well. That can be the top. But I wanted to express yesterday that with this being an expanding ending diagonal, that we have some higher prices to get. And in order to get those prices, I know this is Captain Obvious, but we have to get over the channel. And you hold over the channel, then I do believe we could see price head up further. But until then, and it's getting really doubtful. I'm looking at Tesla, see if it has some ability to help the market rise to those levels. And also now, which we'll look at today in IWM, to see if IWM has it in it to lift up the market as well. Because it seems very apparent that that big tech, including Nvidia, Meta, Microsoft, that's really carried this market to the upside, is starting to either take a break or to weaken and getting real toppy there. So we'll look at those again on the weekend. We'll try to go through all of these aspects to give you a big picture of what's happening. But right now, we'll jump into it. So if you're new here, go down to that bottom right-hand corner, hit that Options Tender logo, and subscribe. And thanks for all the support and all the comments everybody's been giving. It's been real constructive. The likes have helped out this channel tremendously. So let's go here on the SPY. This channel, I measured it from the two bottoms and to the very tip here. So it's kind of a zone. We could be at that top. We could inch up a little bit more, seeing how 5,000 on the SPX is a magnet. We missed it by a few cents yesterday. So that still might want to hit. A little reversal on NVIDIA. So NVIDIA's getting a little bit weak here. It's getting a lower low at this point on the 5-minute time frame. That's what that was signaling for me. Now, from what this appears to be as the expanding ending diagonal is, let me explain it again, and you can review this in the video yesterday to get a little bit more detail, but I'll go through this pretty quick. Let me put on the board. This is what it would look like. I do have this as wave 1 in this scenario, and so it's not necessary for price action to touch the top of this, let's say, expanding wedge here, top. That's completely unnecessary. The only parameter that this has to complete, which it already completed, is this wave 5 has to be longer than wave 3. Okay, so this is expanding in momentum and in size and length here. So we have wave 1 is shorter than wave 3, which is shorter than wave 5. All right, and that goes for wave 2 is smaller than shorter than wave 4. Okay, so that's all those criteria. All those check marks are done. The only thing that needs to complete are the lower time frame aspects that we have going. And we'll look at some timing too. That's important. So stick around. Make sure you hit that notification button. And later on in the video, as we get to the 65, we'll look at the Elliott wave on a lower time frame. But we have some time aspects that are associated with the price action that we're getting right now as well. All right, so this is a very important topping pattern that we have here. It can be completed right now, but I wanted to express that there is some room to the upside if need be. Going over to the Qs. The Qs is more of a direct 5-way impulse ending, okay? So this one, you have your leading diagonal. So you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 wave move up. So it's real straightforward. And so you want to see in the lower time frame just a 5 wave move here to complete the entire move. We think we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 to complete this leg here, which would complete this entire wave 5, and again, which would complete a major top here. So not much else to look at here. We can keep an eye on this candle that's a potential, at this point, reversal candle, doji. So we'll see how that ends in the day. But right now we had a little bit of strength earlier in the day and we lost that momentum. So we'll see if that continues. And IWM, I'm not showing all the indicators again. Again, I don't want to waste your time. All of them have bearish divergence, negative divergence, and just about every single aspect. So that's why we're looking for a reversal at this point. So IWM, we're looking at this channel. We've been in this channel for a very long time, since 2022, I believe. And we've gone sideways, and I think that this is a corrective pattern, and we had our wave 5 completion here. What I think is happening now, we're in an equilibrium. We had our initial move down here as an impulse wave. We had our correction to the 62% retracement, and this is either we're at a retracement right now that we could reverse from, or a little bit higher and then reverse from here. Or if IWM wants to help lift the market, we could be looking at the initial move and a flat pattern. So an A, B, C, where we'd probably test the top of the channel again. Okay, so either way, I think drawing this triangle here for the equilibrium, we start to break that to the downside. I think that it's going to continue on impulse and break below this trend line here and much further, and actually start breaking down from the channel over time as well. So breaking to the upside, I do think we test 201 to the 201.50 area, and I do think the SPY, SPX, ES, all of those are going to start continuing to the upside to those channels I was talking about on the and that expanding wedge. I could show, let's see, in the 65-minute, I'll show the Elliott wave for this one. But let's go over to DIA, the Dow Industrial. This one, just a massive wedge. So again, we're getting some signals that things are reversing. NVIDIA starts reversing. It's been leading the market. SMH, that's the semis. Maybe we'll glance at that if we have time in the end. But I do think those are reversing as well. So we have DIA just getting real tight in this price action here. I think that as soon as we break down from this wedge, we'll start to see a descent in DIA as well. So let's check out the VIX, and then we'll start to go to the lower time frames and everything there. Okay, so what I'm seeing from the VIX is this box. It's kind of like volatility box. We've been introducing some market structure. I do think this is a reversal. I think we're building up a structure here, higher highs, higher lows, and this is coiling up to actually snap to the upside. That's my take on it. Now we're in an inside day here with a sort of a graveyard doji candle. With this inside day, we'll see tomorrow, as a matter of fact, if this we're going to get some continuation to the downside, or this is a reversal signal and we start to head to the upside with this doji here. And that's it's likely to tell the story on when we talk about our weekly seasonality on Friday. If we have a bullish day, then you'll see all of those things that I'm talking about. You'll see IWM probably continue to push up. You'll see the VIX start to break down to test the bottom of this this box. And you'll probably see some continuation into Monday. And then we have, I believe, CPI is on Tuesday. So that would be another catalyst if the market is trying to grind to the upside until Tuesday. That's possible. If the market is weak tomorrow, then we'll be probably seeing signs of a reversal heading to the downside. All right, checking out SPY on the 65. All right, let me change the diagram. I'm going to go straight to the Elliott wave here, and I want to show you some of the time factors. We have the tomorrow, February 9th. We have a couple time factors here, and we also have one that happened yesterday, which could signify that we had a top as of yesterday, because SPY did not make a new high today. Could be consolidating in order to get that new high, with SPX getting the 5,000 mark, but that does not have to happen, you guys. So this is from the major low here to the B wave low. That's a low to high ratio, and that takes effect tomorrow. So that's a big deal for us. That's a little bit higher time frame, and I think that's something to take heed and warning that this reversal may be happening as soon as tomorrow if it hasn't already. And also on the lower time frames, we have the high to high ratio, assuming that this is the high, then the 7th was the key here, but we have another time factor on the 9th as well. So on the lower time frames, a little bit less accuracy on them, and they could just be signifying just short-term consolidations, lows or highs. And it's the major one, the larger time frames, that those time factors are a little bit more important. So we're holding up, just pretty much going sideways today. I don't think we're going to see any real action. We'll see at power hour 3 to 4 o'clock. We'll see what happens if we start to reverse lower, or if we go to get that 5,000 mark. I don't think we're going to see 500 in the SPY, but SPX 5,000 is just a few points away. So we'll see if we get that high there. If we go over to change the board here on the traditional technical analysis, again, we're on this version. I have a little bit lower time frame. You can see the very top here. I have that channel right at the top of this high, that major high. And we're at that top there. We're at the top. This could be a good top for us. Maybe we get a slight throwover. Again, it's sort of a zone, but we're also in this rising wedge as well. And the key question here would be, since we have this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, is that completed? Or do we have a 1, 2, 3, a wave 4? And within this wave 5, is this a 1, 2, 3? And then a sideways 4, then one more move up here to complete that 5, maybe hit the top of the wedge here as well. So that's what we're looking at, whether the high is in or if we continue to expand to the upside, where we do have some more resistance. And again, if we get above this channel and hold above, start getting to that options expected move up here at the 500 mark, then we can play to the long side, at least keep some hedges on until we start reaching some of those targets, which are substantially higher, really. 503 is if we go straight up, but with this being a rising, and you see all of these pivots here, they sort of almost come to a crossroads here at about the 507 area if this takes a little bit more time. Okay, so at this point, about the 507 area, if things start to rise and consolidate, stair step up as it has been so far. Okay, on the Qs. On the Qs, again, we got more divergence as we make new highs here, even on the lower time frame. And this one, I do believe it's pretty much, it's a little bit more clear that this one completed. We have a 1, 2, 3, a 4, and within that 4, I do believe this is a possible flat pattern, but then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and we inched out wave 5 earlier today. So this could possibly be the top here. So that's something we'll have to pay attention to. We do have a channel that's in the blue here. Start to break down from that channel. That could be a good confirmation. Also, that would be firing another sell signal. Now, anytime that you have a wave 5, you have to keep in mind that the wave 5 of 5 could make a higher low and then have 5 more waves up. So that's always something that we have to continuously keep in mind. So on a higher time frame, if you're looking at this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and it completes there, we'll have to look at the retracements and make sure that this isn't a new 1 and then 2 and then continuing higher. That's our risk factor that we have to maintain. And we do have a time factor also on the Qs. So we have our low to high that we have marked here at today on February 8th. So, and we do have a high today, so that possibly could be the high. We'll have to pay attention to that. All right, that's that gray line right here. All right, moving on. IWM. Onto the 65 chart. So we have that triangulation here. Really, we're making a low, lower high, and then a higher low. So that gives us our equilibrium. We're pretty much just going sideways. You see the moving averages are moving sideways as well. But if we move over to this Elliott wave, this could possibly be a 1, 2, 1, 2. I don't have it marked as 1, 2, 1, 2. But for this retracement, I know it's really busy here. I can get rid of some of these for you. Get rid of that one. And then we'll focus. This is a 1, 2, where we came back to the 62% retracement. And then from this high here, we're at the 62, just a little bit above it. We're at the 62% retracement already. Maybe we get to that 786. But if the market is going to continue to grind higher, the expectation to me is that IWM, we need a driver for that. And I think the IWM would have to start breaking this equilibrium to the upside and really start carrying some of the load for this market, because IWM has just been decimated. And, with tech being so tired and so overextended, I'm not sure that they could carry the market much more, especially if we're looking for a reversal. All right, and last but not least, we don't have to look at DIA. We just see the tight price action there. It's just the VIX. So just reiterate what we think is going to happen with the VIX. You have this expanding move, and I do think that expansion is going to actually start to break out. It's like a corkscrew, a spring, and it's going to start to break to the upside. First of all, I think 13 is a key area. We're in that zone right now. But if you look from the top of this wick here, I'm not sure if that was news or whatnot, we're forming a wedge. All right, and that's where we have positive divergence at the bottom of the wedge here. Touch there today and actually got a move to the upside. So again, if we want to grind a little bit higher and make that 5,000 SPX target, I do think this VIX is probably going to drop again to the bottom of this flag or pennant here. And this is a bullish formation. So even if we make a lower low, we'll be looking for this thing to either, you got this right here. You have that trend line, like this megaphone here, and that kind of coincides right with the bottom of that pennant. So that would be another kind of objective point to, you can even, do some calls on UVIXy or some of the VIX products in that. But this could be making a higher low. So we'll have to see what happens. VIX, if it starts to break down from this wedge, then I think we have something else really starting to happen. Maybe it's this one that we really have to pay attention to at that point. But by then, if the VIX is starting to break down to here, I still believe in this formation. I still believe that this is coiled up, not that we're going to continue to the upside. But if we start breaking down from this point here, then we're clearly starting to fill out that megaphone that we're talking about on the expanding ending diagonal on SPY. All right. So I hope that helps. I hope that clarifies. Don't forget to like the video. We will talk to you. I'm going to try to get with you every single day as we're topping to kind of guide along and show you what I'm seeing. And we'll go from there. Appreciate you guys. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon.